All right. So before we really dive into everything, let's start with a short "too long didn't read." Something you shouldn't miss that we really want to tell you. If anything else you leave out, please at least watch this video. First, a quick notice. Tivolin got hacked on April 30th, 2021. Although this is almost a year, or that has happened almost a year ago, you may still encounter that some systems are still down or only up with limited functionality. Depending on how you study, on what you use, this may or may not affect you, but you should keep this in mind that some systems, even though they should work, they don't. And some systems are still only available with limitations. If you want to know whether a system works or not, you can look in the traffic light style Diensteampel by the Central IT Administration. Next, what we really want to tell you is there are a lot of different software systems and platforms here at Tivolin, and the most important ones are probably the teaching platforms. You'll encounter them on probably even a daily basis. First, there's Moses. Moses is for planning, for partial assignments, and for exams. You can find the module database at that location, the MTS, it's called. You can find the lecture overview of all lectures and of all modules. You can register for tutorials, and it is used for exam registration and the recognition of prerequisites. It's very important, especially in the beginning and more to the end of the semester. And then there's ISIS. It's the learning platform that we use. You probably are already familiar with it because it's nothing else than Moodle, or what's Moodle at other universities and even at some high schools. You can find the course material and you can find quizzes and homework there. And yeah, you should get familiar with ISIS rather soon because ISIS is used, you should enroll into your courses rather early so that you get all the information you need to know right from the beginning of the semester. And then there are systems that are for administrative use. So, for example, we have KISSPOS, which was formerly used for exam registration, is not currently used for exam registration, but may be used in the future for exam registration. For now, the most important functionality you'll use KISSPOS for is the transcript of records that you can download right there. There is also TwoPort, which is the administrative interface where you can get your certificate of registration, or you can do your re-registration stuff, and you can also send requests to the Office of Student Affairs, to the examination office, right from TwoPort. So it's something that you should probably use occasionally. And then there is Exchange, which is the email service. You should read your emails regularly, at best daily, because there may be some important information getting to you by email. So please, look at that. For some of these systems, there are more in-depth tutorials that you can watch right there. They're German with English subtitles, so probably the right thing for you. Is there anything else? At TU Berlin, you must only register for exams. Only sometimes you have to register for lectures. This is usually when they're limited with regards to capacity. Especially for seminars, for projects, you need to reserve a spot. There you probably also need to register for a lecture. But this is not binding. The exam registration instead is binding. Just enrolling into ISIS courses has no consequences, so feel free to do so and therefore get to know your the contents of the lectures. Register for exams on time and deregister when necessary. The deadlines are communicated by faculty. This is really important because you only have 3 attempts and you don't want to lose an attempt by just not deregistering when it would have been possible. And ask questions. We can answer your questions. The student advisory service can answer your questions. So you really should ask questions if you have any. And finally, if there is some German term that you can't really translate, feel free to have a look into the glossary, the official glossary of TU Berlin, where there are a lot of terms are listed and directly translated from between German and English, so that you can communicate in a more concise way.